Here we have Johnny. And Johnny's not good at soccer, and the intramural soccer team he plays on is not good at soccer either. But he's now sitting in the car ride home with his mother, crying, kicking the back of her seat. Now, why does Johnny care so much? Johnny cares because he's human, and humans are naturally competitive. And the best example of this competition is in professional sports, where teams will do whatever they can to win. Now more than ever, statistics have been a key that have helped teams win. And sparked by technology, Moneyball, money incentivizing winning, sabermetrics, or sports statistics in front offices of sports teams have become a staple and have become a key in winning. And now this starts with the technology. In the 1970s, computers started becoming prevalent, and by the 1980s, they had systems that were able to run numbers. Teams, as a result of this, started hiring statisticians. You fast forward through the 90s, through the 2000s, and the 2010s, as the computers got better, so did their number deriving capability, and you end up getting charts like this that can show you new things about a player, like where they like to shoot from on a basketball court, or how good they are from a spot. And this forced managers and team owners to look at players in a different way and judge them in a whole new light. And this allowed teams to build a better roster. And the first real example of this was Moneyball. In 2001, the Oakland Athletics, a small market baseball team, realized that they couldn't afford the best players. They didn't have the money. So they hired Billy Beane, a statistician, to come and pick out players with numbers that would fit their system. They ended up having an unbelievable record and went deep into the playoffs. This was made into a book and eventually a movie. And since the movie featured Brad Pitt, people went and watched. And there they realized that in the public's eye that this could work. But Moneyball had a big influence within sports as well. The Boston Globe recently reported that as of now, because of Moneyball, all MLB teams have statistics heavily within their scouting department. Now, Moneyball also had a huge influence in basketball. Daryl Morey created Moreyball, where he used numbers to realize that it was all about three-point shooting. And he went out and got three-point shooters, and they ended up going from a mediocre team to a really good team. Now in the NFL, you have Paul DePodesta, who is in charge of the Cleveland Browns, and he was just hired. And interestingly enough, he's not a football guy. He's a statistician who worked under Billy Beane in Moneyball. But Moneyball worked so well, and he was so good with the Oakland Athletics, that the Cleveland Browns, a professional franchise in the NFL, are willing to trust him. And now you have the owners, and the owners want to make more money, and the way to make more money is win. And the way to win is now statistics. And these guys are willing to hire the statisticians and pay for them in their departments. And one NHL executive recently said that Moneyball had some drawbacks because it didn't win the World Series, it didn't win the title. But if other teams put more money into it, they would succeed. So the Boston Red Sox, a team with a bunch of money, went out and hired a 28-year-old statistician in Theo Epstein. They followed Moneyball's trend with numbers, they spent more money on better players, and won the title. The Warriors did the same thing. They went out and got Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, guys that can shoot the three just like the Rockets players can, but also are unbelievable on defense and other aspects of the court, and they ended up winning 2 titles and are the title favorites now. So you have this shift from guys going out to watch high school players, college players, doing human interviews, watching game film, submitting reports to the general manager, to a nerd sitting behind a computer telling them what to do. And one writer, Nick Cafardo, recently wrote that street smart is being replaced by smart. But that's not going to be able to last. Human interaction and human decision making is something that's so important in sports. Leadership, intuition, the drive to be better, the passion to play your sport is something that every team looks for in a player, and that can only be determined by human interaction. And there are many quantifiable aspects of sports, or non-quantifiable aspects of sports, that you need humans for. So where do you go from here? It's up to teams to decide what's important to them, and for them to find the right balance between the two. It's the teams that will find the balance between human decision making and sports statistics and sabermetrics. And whichever teams find the best balance that works for them, well, that'll be the team that wins the championships. Thank you.